Number 8, billionaire habits when it comes to money management. Billionaires monetize their pleasure. Can everybody type billionaires monetize their pleasure? Billionaires monetize their pleasure. So they love to have fun. Some billionaires party. It's just me that don't party. But I have fun. I go do skydiving. I do boat cruise. I do yachts. I do a lot of fun things, right? A lot of fun things. So I have a way of having my own fun and catching fun. But what I've learned and I've discovered that billionaires do is that billionaires find a way to monetize their pleasures. So if they love to travel, like I love to travel a lot, okay? If they love to travel, okay, like I love to travel, if they do love to travel, what billionaires do is that they find a way to start a tourism company, or they find a way to monetize their traveling. They find a way to, for example, one of the things I started doing when I started traveling was to organize seminars across the world. So when I visit Italy, I did a seminar. Now, the money that came to me from those who paid for my seminar was more than the money I spent to travel to Italy. Do you see the point? The money people paid to buy my books, my coaching program when I did my Italy vacation was more than the money I spent on my business class exotic vacation. So billionaires find a way to monetize. I learned this from Al-Walid. Al-Walid is one of the biggest billionaires from Saudi Arabia. Okay, Al-Walid has a yacht, has a private jet, but he has found a way to monetize the yacht. He's found a way to monetize the private jet. You know, many people have Rolls Royce. Many of you don't know they rent it out. Many owners of Rolls Royce rent out their Rolls Royce and make money from the Rolls Royce. Many owners of Ferrari rent out their Ferrari and make money from their Ferrari. So they found a way to monetize. So you don't know, you just hear, it's also billionaire, he has Ferrari, he has also Camel, he has this yacht, he has this private jet. You do not know. They have found a way to make money. I will buy a private jet very soon. But trust me, don't compare yourself with me. The day you hear I've bought private jet, in 2 years, I'm going to make back the money I used to buy the private jet. In 2 years. Because I'm going to run a private jet club that's going to be renting out those private jets when I'm not using it. And I will still be able to make back the money I spent to buy the private jet. So if you don't know this, you sit in one corner and say, oh, they should have helped the poor. They should have done this. You don't know. It's money. It's business. That thing you think is pleasure is business. Another way billionaires make money with their pleasure is, for example, if there's a car a club in Dubai, in UAE, that I'm about to join, is strictly for people who owns Rolls Royce. The kind of business deal that I'm going to be making, the caliber of people in that club. Do you understand what I'm talking about? The caliber of people in that club. The deals I'm going to close in that club. One single deal is more than the entire, Rolls Royce purchase itself. So if you don't know these things, you sit somewhere, you begin to analyze, you begin to criticize, you begin to talk. Instead of you to face your own book, face your life, face your book, face your life. Stop, you see that they are showing off, they are showing their wealth. Come on, face your life. You become wealthy and decide not to show off. But at least try and learn how to be wealthy too for yourself. I remember a story where my mentor was driving in his car and a beggar begged for money. And his driver, my mentor's driver, pull out a 5 naira note, Nigerian naira, and extended it to the beggar. True story. And the beggar took the 5 naira note and looked at it again with anger and disdain. Like, is this all you're going to give me? And my mentor told his driver, collect the money from him. Collect the money from him. Collect the money from him. What a nonsense. Did he work for the money? You dashed him what you had. And he's looking at it that it's too small. Did he work for the money? Many of you have lost money because you succumb to emotional blackmail by family members. Family members who will not manage their money very well. They will not manage their money very well. They will now be blackmailing you, uncle, I'm going to die if you don't send me money. Okay. I don't understand. Am I your creator? Die if you want to die. You know, auntie, if you don't send me money today, I'm about committing suicide. I don't get it. I'm in depression because I'm poor. Really? Get ready. And many of you, that's the mistake. You continue to succumb to emotional blackmail. You continue to. Even on social media, people do that to me. On social media, they do that to me a lot of time. Anytime I take a picture, I remember yesterday I took a picture, was it yesterday? And I was talking about, I did exercise, right? And, you know, I just took a picture, you know, just a picture. And somebody posted and was saying, I don't even know what the guy was saying about how I'm living a lavish life. Taking a picture after a gym. How is that a lavish life? And, you know, instead of helping people, helping the poor, you are taking picture. I think it was another picture. In fact, thank you, some of you who always like to help me answer all my trollers. I think it was one picture of me in a business class. Business class, so guys, I have not bought private jet. A picture of me in a business class, and somebody was attacking me that I'm showing off wealth. I don't understand how taking a picture in a business class is a sign of showing wealth. I don't understand. How do people think? And somebody did a good job to reply. He showed the picture of Warren Buffett and Bill Gates in their private jet and said, how about these people? Can you see them in their, are they also showing off their wealth? Warren Buffett and Bill Gates taking picture in a private jet, are they also showing off their wealth? You know, these people come, they attack you, and it's intentional. I remember one day, I took a picture. I was in Manhattan. I had a haircut, right? And I was talking about how, you know, principle of packaging. How normally in New York, I could get a haircut for $45, right? In some neighborhood, maybe in Queens. But because I was in Manhattan, this was a highbrow, you know, salon. And they charged me $200 and something for a haircut. Is it $200 or $180? I can't remember the exact figure. But everything total about 80,000 in Nigerian naira. Now, the focus of that training was to talk on the power of packaging, how to package your business, understanding location and all of that. Before I knew it, people twisted the conversation upside down. I had over 500 comments, most of them negative, people saying, how can you have a haircut for 80,000? People are dying in Nigeria. People are hungry in Nigeria. You're having a haircut for 80,000. For Christ's sake, I am a private person. If you know that you don't want me to have a haircut of 80,000, you should have bought a party ticket for me in 2019 and asked me to contest election using your money, the way they do it in America. Was it Barack Obama's money that he used to contest being the president of America? It was the people. They used their money to put him into power. So if you think, okay, that you want, I am now the Messiah of Nigeria, who shouldn't have a good haircut after working hard and making money, and I can afford to have a good haircut, you think it's bad, then make me your president. That's how you do it. I'm a private citizen, my friend. I did not kill Jesus. I'm not El Shaddai. Right? I'm not El Shaddai. I don't get it. I'm private. I have the right to make money legitimately and have a good haircut to take care of me. So are you saying that I do not deserve 80,000 to have a haircut of 80,000 in my life now? I should not do it because you are poor? In fact, one of them had the audacity to say he begged me for money, I didn't give him money, and I had the audacity to have a haircut of 80,000. Can you imagine? Emotional blackmailers. Emotional blackmailers. And many of you fall for it. of you fall for it. They will call you, they will say, Auntie me, I saw you just bought a new house and we are suffering here. We are about to die. Bros, I have 2 hands, 2 legs. I have 24 hours, you have 24 hours. What have you done with your own 24 hours? I don't owe anybody a dime. They don't owe me a dime. I also have my private bills the same way you have. I have family too who need money from me. I don't know you, bros. So how do you then say that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Tricks 3. Well, when I started, I wasn't barbing hair for 80,000 naira. You should know that for me to be able to afford to visit Manhattan and lodge in Manhattan, level has changed. So you should know that. When I started, I used to barb hair for 50 naira, 100 naira. So what we are talking about, you are free to drink whatever you want to drink. We're saying when you are not financially stable and you begin to put all your money in drinking, that's what we're saying, right? If you know the level of wealth that I have, you will know that having a haircut of 80,000 is nothing to me. Okay? Nothing. Absolutely. So you need to understand this. So very important, number 3, billionaires do not succumb to emotional blackmails. Okay, they do not. By society, by family members, we just want to extort you. And let me tell you the real gospel truth. Let me tell you the real gospel truth, guys. The real gospel truth, guys. Listen to this. If you fail, the same people you have been giving your money will still come back and say you were greedy. That's the most painful part of this equation. I don't care how much you have been giving your family members. Anybody has had that experience, because I have had it. I've had that experience, not directly me, my mother. Where even when she died, okay, the people she spent a lot of money to take care of never saw her as, oh, this woman tried for us. They were still claiming she didn't do enough. Enough that they wanted to take the property she had. And that's the thing you need to know. That when you enable all these people, enable them, okay, to emotionally blackmail you into giving the little you are saving. Some of you, you know how hard you earn the money you earn. Many of you in diaspora, $20 an hour in the frozen ice. Some of you are working in the mortuary to raise money. Some of you are cleaners. Some of you are security men. I'm in Dubai. Everywhere I turn, I see a lot of Africans who are security men, cooks. And these people then work so hard for money. And then somebody wicked somewhere is just extorting it from them. Wake up. When they didn't, diabolically, haunt you. What's going on with many of you? I met a young man here in Dubai 4 years ago. This young man works in Dubai in a dry cleaning, in a car wash company here in Dubai. Car wash company in Dubai. And he told me, I said, in 3 years, he said he's been in Dubai for 3 years. I said, so my young friend, how much do you make? He said he makes about total of about 3,000 to 4,000 dirhams working in a car wash. I said, that's good. I said, so how much have you saved in 3 years? He's not married and he's 35. I said, how much have you saved? He said, coach, I have not saved anything. I said, what have you been doing with your money? He said, well, I have an uncle in the village. The uncle always asks me for money. Always asks me for money. I said, but must you send? He said, the uncle will call him and say that he didn't have any other choice. That if everybody's insulting him, that Shebi he now has a relative abroad. Shebi his son is now abroad. That he should stop coming to beg money from them. And I asked him, I said, but this is your uncle. How many wives does he have? He said 3 wives. I said, so you are sending money. You are doing car wash business in Dubai. Only to send money to an uncle who has 3 wives? Is it normal? When are you going to settle down, young man? And some of you develop pride in it. I must take care of my uncle. Two poor people cannot help themselves. One must first get to the top. Okay? If you get to the top, you are successful. You can throw the rope to help the other people. But the two of you cannot climb at the same time. Wake up. You cannot be poor and be acting rich man for society and family members. Be rich first. Genuinely be rich. Build your wealth to a level where at that point, when you now start giving, it won't hurt you again. But you are just starting your life. You dash everything away, and then you now say witches and wizards are doing you. Come on, guys. It's not normal. Number one, billionaires. Okay? Smart billionaires. Billionaires who made their money legitimately, were entrepreneurs who grew their business legitimately. Always budget their expenses, including their charity donations. One of the most amazing things I've seen with poor people is lack of budgeting, right? You just go to the store and you start buying. Before you know, you plan to spend $2,000, you find yourself spending $20,000, right? Because there was no budget. I shop twice a year, except if I'm in a city and I'm in need of a particular type of clothes, and I just go buy that clothes and I'm out. But that I'm shopping is twice a year, and it's already planned. I want to buy 2 suits, or I want to buy 10 suits, I want to buy 3 suits. I'm going back to Nigeria, okay? I want to buy X. It's budgeted, it's planned. It's not by mistake. It's not that I just go into store and then take this one, pick this one, pick. And so that I'm not tempted, I just don't go to store. I'm here in Dubai. The hotel I'm in is attached to a mall, a shopping mall. The only time I went to the mall, twice. One, to go and watch a movie with my staff. The second time I went to the mall was to go and buy food, and I'm out. I will not by mistake digress, okay, to where they are selling clothes. Okay? I will not. I take out the money to the tune of what I'm trying to do. So I'm not even tempted. And this is some of the major mistake of poor people. You spend without budgeting. You misappropriate, you waste money, and then later you want to blame those who manage their money well. Those who decided to invest, those who decided to grow their wealth very well. You now go and be blaming them. You say they are stingy. You say they didn't help you. You say they are wicked. You say all these rich people are wicked. But how were you spending your money? Why are you spending money without budget? For example, how can family members just call you from the blues and tell you that you should send them some money? They urgently need money. Okay? And then you wake up and then you start throwing such money. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So you say it's an emergency. How many of you have noticed that all these people who put financial pressure on you, is always emergency? If you notice, type I notice. Okay? Come on, guys, talk to me. If you notice, type I notice. Particularly all these family members who are always begging you for money. How many of you have noticed always emergency? If you've noticed, type I notice. Emergency all the time. Now, you that you were smart enough to have saved the money, they put you inside emergency and you start wasting your money. Everything is budgeted. I remember one time a family member reached out to me and said, of course they will start by greeting you. We thank God for your life. We have always known God will bless you. We have always known you will be great. We have always known that you are going to be one of the richest in our family. The person greeted me very well, long greeting. Me, I couldn't know where the story was going. After all the long greeting. And you see, brother, there's this emergency. I need so money. And I said, no problem. Why not? I said, first of all, I need you to know, I may be the MD CEO of my company, but I'm also an employee. Every month, me too, I get salary like everybody else. So for the last month, I have exhausted my charity budget. So I told her, I said, look, I budget the money I give to help people. The last month, I've emptied it because a lot of people ask me for money. And it's finished. So you need to wait till next month when I collect salary and I have the next charity budget. Out of it, I will send you something. And I meant it. And of course, when I got my next salary, I took a token and I sent to the person. Let's assume the person asked for 1 million. I sent 100,000 and I sent plenty prayer with the 100,000. I no try. Guys, talk to me. Did I not try? You asked me for 1 million. I sent you 100,000 with plenty prayer. Saying that this 100,000, God will favor you. God will touch other people to support you and bless you and reach out to you. I dash you and pray and gift you this 100,000. God bless you. Plenty prayer. I know try. Okay? Budgeting even the charity. You want to help people. El Shaddai. You have Father Christmas now. You have turned to Jesus. Now you kill Jesus. So everybody come to you. They need money from you all the time. And you allow them to blackmail you and you squander your money. Listen, when you are in trouble, the same people you are helping are going to look at you and tell you are foolish. In fact, those you help, we still call you greedy. We still call you stingy. Those you helped. So wake up. Wake up. Budget your expenditure. Budget your shopping. Many of you, beer is your problem. The money you spend drinking beer is enough to buy 10 acres of land in Lagos. Many of you watching me, those of you watching me, I can see you. Many of you ladies watching me, if I open your wardrobe, if we sell all the bags, Gucci bag, Gucci shoe, right? All the clothes that you put there, it is enough for us to build a 10-story building. All that you put in a store, in a wardrobe, enough to build 10-story building. Stop. It doesn't make sense. Budget your expenditure. Budget what you spend. Budget it. I will never forget this teaching. One of my mentors always teach me. Okay, functionality before luxury. Everybody type it. Functionality before luxury. Come on, everybody. Type functionality before luxury. Everybody. Functionality before luxury. He says, how much is a bottle of beer? Oh yeah, let's do the calculation. Okay? Very foolish question, but I will answer you. Because you will now see the foolishness of your drinking beer. So, a bottle of beer, how much is a bottle of beer? Let's say 200 naira. Nigerian naira, right? Some, I think now is a bit expensive. Maybe a bottle of beer is 300 naira average, isn't it? So how much is 300 naira? Okay, how much? 300 naira. Now, how many bottles do you drink in a week? How many bottles does an average beer drinker takes in a week? Come on, guys, I need to be responsive. Oh yeah, help me, guys, everywhere. How much is an average bottle of beer? I want you to type this. Okay, how much? Okay, how many bottles do an average beer drinker take in a week? Guys, come on, talk to me. I need your support here. Let's do the math for this man who has asked a very unwise question, but I will attend to him. And you will see how unwise it is for people who indulge in this. Okay, and how they, by the way, there's nothing wrong. I'm not judging you, but I'm just showing you, if you're going to drink beer, you better have enough money. Okay, you better have enough money. You cannot be poor and be drinking beer all the time. And you're going to see how powerful this is. Okay, and I'll even make this easy for you. Now, an average drinker maybe takes 20 bottles of beer in a week. Average. Now, average cost of beer is also the average cost of a block, a building block. The amount of money you need to buy a block to build a house. If you agree, type I agree. A block to build a house is still between 250 and 300. If you agree, type I agree. Now, if you take 20 bottles of beer, let's equate it to 20 blocks. 20 blocks in a week. Right? 20 times, how many weeks do we have in a year? How many weeks do we have in a year? So let's do 20. How many weeks do we have in a year? How many weeks do we have in a year? Of course, there are more expensive drinks like NSC, like all these other ones. Okay? There are a lot more expensive ones. But let's say you take 20 in a week. Can we multiply that by 52? Let's say 52 weeks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, That is 1,000, okay, 1,040 blocks. 1,040 blocks. Now, anybody who is drinking beer all the time, is probably, this is not the first time. You must have been drinking for the last at least 5 years. Okay, at least 5 years. So if we do 54 weeks, that's 1,080 blocks multiplied by 5. That gives us 5,400 blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, can you build a house with 5,400 blocks? Yes or no? I need an answer. Can you build a house with 5,400 blocks? Yes or no? And some drink more than this. Some people drink more expensive beer than 300 or 250. So for some people, we are talking about 10,000 blocks. For some people, we are talking about 100,000 blocks. So tell me, Mr. asking me how much is a bottle of beer. Listen, is this little things. It's never much. But it's 5,000 today, 10,000 tomorrow. That is the habits. We are talking of habits of billionaires that poor people don't use. That has made poor people poor. It's habits. The concept of habits means that it's something you just do on a daily basis. It's little, it's no big deal. But it's consistent. And it cumulatively is disastrous. Your habit determine your decisions. Your decision determine destiny. This is very important. Billionaires discourage waste. Billionaires discourage waste. I always tell people in my office, anytime the income of my business goes down, there's a waste going on somewhere. So I'll go and look for it and stop it. Anytime the income of any of my business is going down, okay, I know that there's a waste somewhere. We are wasting money somehow. I'll go and look for it and pull it down and stop that waste. One of the secrets of billionaires is they avoid waste. They avoid waste. Let me tell you this. The most disastrous and really unfortunate reason people are poor is waste. How many of you agree with me that poor people make more phone calls than rich people? If you agree, type I agree. If you don't agree, type I don't agree. Let me ask you that question again. How many of you agree with me that poor people make more phone calls than rich people? If you agree, type I agree. If you don't agree, type I don't agree. Buying airtime. By the way, some of you may disagree with me, but I do business of airtime. I have a company, okay, and we sell airtime. We sell airtime. And I can tell you, I can't remember how often I patronize these people. It's my company. But go check most of the people buying the airtime all the time. It's recorded. Nigeria is said to be the poorest country in the world, poverty capital in the world. Do you know that the same Nigeria that is called poverty capital of the world is the highest, okay, credit purchasing company in the world? Literally, Nigerians buy airtime to make calls to the tune of over 1 trillion. In fact, last year, I think 2 trillion, despite COVID-19 lockdown, 2 trillion was spent on buying recharge cards. One record showed that Nigerians spend more money buying recharge card than they spend to buy salt, than they spend to buy Maggi. They spend more money buying recharge card than they spend on household items like oil, it's insane. It's hello. How are you? Hello. Jide is there. Egbe for Jide, my party. How are you, Jide? I heard you just got married. Jide, BC is there. BC, give BC the phone. BC, mom. Waste. If you know Steve Rakita, you know he doesn't pick calls. And is there any recharge card I can't afford? I own a recharge card based company that we sell mobile airtime. I own it. And that's why people are rich. They own it. They don't use it. They own. They own it. You say it's important. Which important? How much money is coming from those calls? I'm a billionaire. My phone will not ring. It doesn't ring. If you want to buy something from our company, call customer care. I'm not customer care. I'm MD CEO. My job is not to receive call. If you must talk to me, chat me on WhatsApp. Chat me on WhatsApp. Don't call. Even the WhatsApp, don't call. Chat. Chat. Some people say, I must call you. Well, you can't talk to me if you must call me. Chat. Chat. I don't have time to waste. Waste. You must. Billionaires avoid waste. That's why they are billionaires. That's why they are billionaires. They avoid waste. They don't do church. And what hurts me the most, many of these calls are not money calls. They are not. If they are business calls, that you are discussing how to grow your business, how they want to patronize you, no wala. But many of these calls are just social calls. No money is coming in. You are spending money to buy airtime. Everybody working with me, they know it. You dare not waste anything around me. You dare not. You dare not. I hate waste. I attack waste. Let me tell you how serious it is. I have a food here, and I don't eat much. I have a food here. I just bought a food from Kiza. I'm in Dubai. And this food, I bought their puff, amala, catfish, ogufe, and egusi, and all that. Now, as soon as I took the puff, because I get full easily, I already got filled up. But this food, not because I can't afford it, no, it's not going to waste. I will make sure I microwave it tomorrow morning, I eat it. I just don't like waste. But if I get somebody visiting me, and the person is willing to eat the food, no problem, they can eat it, then tomorrow I buy a new one. But I hate waste. I just hate waste. It's not about how much is it. It's not about either I can afford or not. I hate waste. If you don't fight waste, you will die a poor man. Let me say this again. If you don't fight waste, I didn't say discourage. Fight. If you don't fight waste, fight it like it's your enemy. If you don't fight waste in your life, you will die a poor man. You will be driving 3 cars when you should be driving 1. Okay? You will have 4 cars and you don't have a plot of land in your name. Foolish decisions. Okay? You will spend thousands and thousands on liabilities, yet you won't have one single asset because you don't understand how to fight waste. Number 3, what habits of billionaires? They don't fall victim of emotional blackmail from families and society. They don't fall victim. They don't fall victim. I remember a story where my mentor was driving in his car and a beggar begged for money. And his driver, my mentor's driver, pulled out a 5 naira note, 5 naira note, Nigerian naira, and extended it to the beggar. True story. And the beggar took the 5 naira note and looked at it again with anger and disdain. Like, is this all you're going to give me? And my mentor told his driver, collect the money from him. Collect the money from him. Collect the money from him. What a nonsense. Did he work for the money? You dashed him what you had. And he's looking at it that it's too small. Did he work for the money? Many of you have lost money because you succumbed to emotional blackmail by family members. Family members who will not manage their money very well. They will not manage their money very well. They will now be blackmailing you, uncle, I'm going to die if you don't send me money. Okay, I don't understand. Am I your creator? Die if you want to die.